Our reporter Louise Beale is at Buckingham Palace and she's not alone. There are hundreds of people turning out to pay their respects to the Queen there this evening, and it has just gone midnight.
Hi. Yeah, that's right. There are hundreds of people here and have been all evening, and it's midnight here in London, but as you can probably see behind me, still plenty of people milling around, and there's a real palpable sense of sadness and of loss, but also of people coming together and I guess remembering her. There have been people singing God Save the Queen, laying flowers outside the gates of Buckingham Palace and candles as well. And when a little earlier 2 footmen came out and put the announcement of the Queen's death on the Buckingham Palace railings, which is a tradition with all royal news, there was a huge round of applause and then people singing God Save the Queen. So people are really feeling it here. And I was saying that a little earlier when I was making my way to Buckingham Palace, I was in one of the larger train stations in London when the news actually broke at around 6:30 p.m. local time. And you could see and hear everyone's phones lighting up and beeping and people looking. And then I heard people gasping because whilst we all knew she was 96 and her health wasn't as good as it has been in recent years, we had just seen her just a couple of days ago swearing in our new Prime Minister Liz Truss. So it's come as a real shock that she would have passed away so quickly since then.
Her 15th Prime Minister, indeed, just a couple of days ago. And Louise, as you put it, this is something I think the world, no more than Britons, have long prepared for. But you're right, it is still a shock when this eventuality came now, less than 6 hours ago. There is a lot of still protocol around the Queen's death. We see that with the statement put up on the gates of Buckingham Palace. And what happens now? How managed was even the announcement of her death?
Well, as you would probably guess, it's very well managed, and this has been planned for, if that doesn't sound too morbid, but for years. There is a lot of protocol and a lot of things that kick in, even managing things like me and the press. There are things that have been put in place for us all to know where we're meant to be and what we can do. So it's a well-oiled machine, but I still don't think that will stop those involved still feeling sad and shocked that it's happened. But at the moment, all the royal family are up in Balmoral. Her 4 children all flew there this afternoon, if they weren't there already, to be with the family together so that they could all look after each other. And King Charles, as he now is, King Charles III, he will be up there until tomorrow when he comes back to London, and he will officially be sworn in as king. There isn't any huge ceremony straight away. That will come obviously at the coronation, but that may not be for some weeks, if not months. Obviously the Queen's funeral will take precedence. He will be king, but the actual official nature of it and having the coronation ceremony won't be for a while. The same thing happened when the Queen came to the throne. There were a few months before it actually happened. It didn't change the fact that she was Queen, but the coronation comes a bit later. But all of this has been planned, as well as her funeral. Everything is set out so that everyone knows what they're doing. Everyone, the military, all the way through to journalists, have been preparing and practicing for this. But I still don't think it will feel right, just for the fact that it's such a shock and people are really, really sad.
What is it like to be British today? The Queen embodied what it was to be British. Many of your countrymen and women will never have known another Queen.
Absolutely, me included. It's the only monarch the majority of people in the UK will have known, and it feels really odd as she is the fabric, part of the fabric of our nation. She is on our banknotes, she's on our stamps, she's in and amongst everything that we do. We have Queen's Council when it comes to our law courts. Everything is based around the Queen, and whether people like her or not, it is still very much part of everything that happens in the UK. So to lose her, it will and does feel strange, and it will take some time for everybody, I think, to adjust and even, to call Prince Charles, as we've always known him, King Charles, even that, for me to remember that this evening is difficult because it's obviously so new and it's happened so quickly. So I think it will be a period of adjustment, and there will now be a period of national mourning where people will reflect on her life, but remembering that it was a long and by and large very happy life, and in which she achieved many things, most of all stability for the rest of us.
Louise Beale, live from Buckingham Palace, thank you.